Hello, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. How are you all doing tonight? Sunday, September 21, and it's the very last day of summer. How about that? Some people are sad about it. I'm happy about it. I'm not a summer person, but, you know, to each his own. But it's pumpkin season, it's sweater weather, you know, many good things coming. And this paper pumpkin is very fall oriented, so it's perfect. It's called for Fall for Toile, and it has beautiful fall colors and motifs. Let me see that I can see your comments. I think I can now. All right. So these are the cards that you can make with the set. But of course, I created some alternative, and not as many as I wanted this time. But I've been quite busy traveling a little bit, and I have my sister and my niece here, so we're busy with that as well. But I have a couple to show you, and then one that I just came up, but I don't have the sample for. So we'll do them live. All right. So these are my two alternatives. These, where you open like this, isn't it cute? You see the fox hiding, and then you open and you see uh, the full fox. And this one is also a fan fold. They're all fan folds. Hi, Deborah. How are you doing? And you open it like that, and this is the effect. All right. And then the third one will do live. So, and I also wanted to show you what I wanted to show you last week, where we played with the autumn toile paper DSP, which I already showed you this one with beautiful fall scenes, and there's our fox there. And anyway, so I had another one that I couldn't show you. Maybe I'll show you that as well. Let's see how we're doing on time. Okay, so this is it, and it has a floating frame, and you open it tent like. All right, so let's see what we can do first. So we're gonna start with this one. I'm gonna put this away. This is what we're gonna play with the surprise one, and we're gonna start with the wheat one, the field of wheat one. Let me grab my materials here. It's pretty easy. But everybody loves fan falls. Nice to see you, Deb. I'm glad you're fine. Anyway, so we start with a horizontal, and I had to cut this in already because I wanted to emboss it. This is embossed with falling leaves embossing folder, 3D embossing folder. And I think it's half of it. So you cut, yes, 2 2 3/4, and then the 2 3/4 will give you the 5.5. That's the card base regular measurement. But remember, you have to cut the paper horizontally. All right. So do you have the height is 4.25 and the width is 5.5 inches. So once you do that, and you can emboss it here, if you don't have fall leaves, you can emboss it with any other texture. And if you don't have an embossing machine, you can actually grab some motif like this that came in the set, this stamp, and then just stamp all over to give it just a little bit of texture. That's what we want, to make it a little different. But most of it is going to be covered by this card. This is one of the other pieces that came in the set, right? So let's start with this one. We have that already, and this is from another card. Another card base. Let me show you, which is also the back of one of the papers in autumn toile. So this one I cut at 4 by 5.25, and we're gonna put it as our mat there, or background. Let me grab a little bit of glue. You can use the glue that of your choice. My choice is green glue. liquid glue or Tombow glue, which is the same. That's what I like. All right, so we're gonna put it like that, and this is from Texture Notes die set, and I cut. I think it's the third rectangle. Has like a bamboo kind of like that reminded me of this fence. So this is gonna be my where I'm gonna write my note, my message. But I wanna have these ducks or geese in the back in the corner there to carry over from the from the cover. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put this one here. I'm gonna make sure that they're upside down. I think it's like this. Yes. There we go. We're gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna do that again on the card that has the image of the wheat and corn. Actually, is wheat and corn, or is it only corn? Now that I see it, I see the corn there. You can tell I'm not a farmer, right? All right. So now we have the stamping done for this, and we're gonna put this inside. They're very simple this time, I think. You tell me, but I think they are simple but effective and nice. We're gonna center as well as we can. These little squares in the back, they have wiggle room, wiggle lines a little bit. The lines wiggle a little bit, so it's hard to actually use them as a guide to center the card. So that's why my card is a little off center. And what I didn't have, and I thought I had it cut, but I see I didn't. We should have put the card here. Sorry, I went too fast. Here we have to attach. We're gonna click it a little bit. Sorry, I'm off camera. You don't see it. I'm detaching a little bit so I can tuck the part that I need to right here. Because this has to open like this. I forgot. And what I forgot is because I didn't have this piece prepared. But I can do it now. So this, we're gonna do 4¼ or 4 if you want. You can do 4 because you don't need to tuck it so much. You can do 4. Yeah, and square it at 1. You can do even 3½ and square it at 1/2. But I think I'm gonna do 4. All right, and the width is 2½. So let me grab a piece of early espresso, which is my car base. One of the reasons that I had to put everything away to welcome my guests, and I think some pieces may have been tucked away as well. So we said, well, I'm gonna do 3¾ save the little pieces, and then we're gonna score it at 1/2. I think that's enough. Score. Fold it like that, and then we can tuck it right here in the center. And I think I lifted it enough, so I should have done it before. I'm sorry about that. The idea is that you align the fold with the edge of your card, making sure that it can fold in. And we're gonna put some glue here and some glue here because it's gonna glue both sides. There we go. And that's how it's done. All right, now that we have that, we're gonna put this here, center. So you have to calculate where you're gonna put the glue. From here all the way to the tippy top. And I'm gonna be generous with it, more or less like that. I'm gonna be generous because this is gonna be a moving part, so I want it well glued. All right. Just pressing a little bit. Looks a little crooked. I think I managed to move it a little bit. All right. So now just a matter of decorating, okay? Because that's our basic card. Cute enough. And I cut with, what is it called? Spotlight on Nature dies. One of these circles. This is the circle that measures, one of the circles, because they're duplicated, measures 1 and, what is this? 1 and, I can see, it's a little bit more than 1.5. So it's 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5/8. All right. Just making sure that all this doesn't want to fall in. There you fall off. There we go. Hi Emma, how are you? Thank you for making it to my live. So another piece that comes here that is very, very cute. Well, all the pieces are cute. I like it. I like this set a lot because I like fall. So it's the pumpkin. And I just dropped everything on the floor. But don't worry about it. Not very fun. Okay, let me see if I can find the pumpkins here. Yes. All the pieces keep falling. They're loosely attached. You see, that's why they keep falling on the floor. So these are the pumpkins I'm talking about. And we're gonna attach them here with dimensionals. Don't need that much this time. They give it, but think that they, you know, you don't want to put them too much on the edge in this case. But if you don't have these dies, you can use any other focus that you have. Also, this set came with these circles, but you want to use them for something else. Like this for me was too little for the pumpkins. They came out like, but they can work too. So if you don't have these circles, you can use that. I just like the accent of color and how they pop out from the Cajun craze, which is the color I use for this. And we're gonna put this here. And you see how this has like a little copper accent. So we're gonna pick that up later with the embellishments with the copper sequence. But first, we're gonna stamp our sentiment in Cajun craze, which is the inking spot that came with this kit this month. Oh my God. Deborah is saying that she made 13 alternatives with it. I know I haven't had the time to play with it too much because I've been cleaning and organizing, and then I was visiting my aunt in Boston Friday and Saturday, so I haven't had much time to play with it, but it really has a lot of possibilities in it, right? So I'm using warm wishes because I love that sentiment. And it's very kind of neutral, so you can use it for many things. I'm gonna put more dimensionals to that. Yeah, 13 alternatives. Good for you, Deb. How did I do that? Because this is gonna go, this is in dimensionals. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna attach this here first. I don't remember how I did it. But we're gonna attach this here first with glue, right? We're gonna let it sit, and now we're gonna use the whole thing as a piece. And why don't I have more dimensionals? Stamping dimensionals. Let me open a new pack. Even though I could use these little remnants, but I don't wanna start cutting now. Keep it simple. All right, so just gonna get one here, and one here, and then one here. By the way, this piece came in the set as well. I didn't say, but there's a lot. 10 alternatives. Very good, Deborah. Good for you. I'm sure you'll post pictures because I want to see them. Do you have things left over from to make more? This is a good one to get the refill, I think. I love the fox. That was my favorite part. All right. So let's see. That's what I wanted, more or less. It's a little crooked. It's fine. All right, and now for the sequence. These are the neutrals adhesive back sequence. And I'm going to use the... oh, leaves are good, yes. And you know, and the stamps are very cute too. Deborah has some leaves left, it looks like. The stamps are really cute. They have, you have your pumpkins, you have your geese here flying, you have 3 kinds of leaves, and you have the acorn. And you have 4 nice messages: thankful, wishing you happiest of days, and thinking of you and warm wishes. So it's a great stamp set that they gave us this time. And I'm gonna put, I put a big one here by the edge of the road here at the end of this. So that's card number 1. How about that? I like it. Moving on to card number 2, which is gonna be, I think this is my favorite. Not that you should have favorites, but we all do. Oh, Deborah, I'm glad you got the embellishments and that you could use them. Anyway, I love this little guy. So this one is really simple. The only thing I don't like about this card is that you can, I love the pecan pie with this toile, but to make the most of it, I would love to cut it in half, but this card uses the whole thing. So how you do it is you just fold it reverse, inside out, and let's crisp it, and then you fold it back on itself to the corners. You could do that with your trimmer, but honestly it's easy enough to do like this. And there's your seafold. Wah-wah. Very easy card. Because my second favorite part after the fox is, where is, oh, I had it here. This piece, the autumn, the frame with the tree. I think it's fantastic. So this doesn't have that many pieces. I'm sure if you wanted to have more pieces, you can cut one of the foxes in the paper that I was showing you before. This, you can fussy cut one of these foxes, and having looking in other directions. So that could be. And that didn't think of it. Like this is this one, but actually like that. So you can have it looking in the other way. Anyway, a lot of possibilities. I just haven't had the time. That's the truth of it. So this we're gonna put with embellishments. Sorry, with dimensionals. Where is my new sheet? Right here. I know the tree is the best, right? Deborah loves the tree too. Me too. Me too. Okay, very important to have the dimensionals in the side that's gonna be on the folded part here, backwards, because you don't want to see them sticking out when you open it like this. So it's pretty safe if you go from half of the tree in. So I'm just gonna put one here, and then actually for this, I'm gonna use the corners of that. Oops. Because I can use this. We can put this one here in the middle. And for these corners, I'm gonna use these corners. If you hear some noise in the background, it's because my sister is making dinner. So it's a great thing to have a live and then have dinner ready for you when you finish. I know some of you have your husbands cooking when you have, like Julia has her husband cooking when she has her live. So I feel very privileged today. All right, so more or less like that. Oh, I need to put little dimensionals there. Where are my little dimensionals? One here to hold the frame up. Actually here, right? Because we said on the half, kind of like as much on the edge as you wanted. We can do that actually after we decided where we wanted. We center it, but it should be okay. All right, so we took the backs off. And now we're gonna center it. Oh, trying to hold it without, it's kind of flimsy, not flimsy, but you know what I mean. It's so thin that, okay, maybe if I got it from the middle, that's what that's what I did last time. And that's where I want it. And this moved, I don't know why. We'll put it right there. Make sure that we don't see it. And we see it now. No, further down. There. All right. Okay, so the second thing that we do for this card, well, third, first we fold it, then we put the frame, and now we're gonna put the inside, which is cut at, this is where you're gonna write your message. But you have to put it really far in so it doesn't show here. I use basic beige because it's the same color as this or similar to that. I kind of like it. It's a little different, but I think it works well. If you don't have basic beige, you can use any other neutral color like very vanilla or just basic white. So we're gonna glue it. And it just leaves a 1/16 of an inch, and that's what I want all around. And I think it works with my fold, right? We don't see it. Perfect. There we go. So now that we have that, now we decide where we want the fox here. Because I want to see just the head of the fox, and I want him hidden. kind of like there. That's what I want him, and not his nose not touching the fold like that. He's hiding coming from the bend. So we're gonna get some dimensionals for this baby as well. And a little one. I mean, it doesn't have to be overkill. The dimensionals, but I'm using, sorry, I'm not showing. 2 big ones and a small one. Yeah. I got stuck. All right. Let me put that away. Now use 2 hands. I think it was around here, but we'll do it again. A little bit more, like around there. If I don't like it, I can lift it up. No, this is perfect. This is perfect. Then we open and voila. So all that remains now is to do our sentiment here, which we're gonna tack right there. Kind of, I wanted it peeking out like this so it looks like a piece of wood coming out or something. And I put an embellishment here, but actually we could just glue it. I think glue looks fine. So let's stamp it first. I'm gonna use the same message because, as I said, I like it. Actually, I use pecan pie, so let me use pecan pie instead of Cajun crepes. Didn't bring anything to clean, so I'm gonna use the side. It's a similar color, so I'm gonna live with it. Yes. I love stamping tone on tone. It looks nice. All right. So right here in the middle. A little crooked, but it's okay. It's a handmade card. Doesn't have to be perfect. So we have 2 things. We could put the dimensional or we could just glue it. I think I'm gonna just glue it. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here. And I'm gonna put the glue right here because I don't want it to go outside the frame. So that's the way. All right. And that's our card. All right. So let's do card number 3, which is the one that I made up in my mind. So let's see how it comes out. Always improvising. But as Deborah was just mentioning, this is a great kit to do alternatives. It has so many elements. Emma, if you didn't buy the kit, Emma said she didn't buy this kit. You missed out a little bit, but you can get the refill. You won't get the stamps, but you'll get all the other pieces. And I'm sure you have some pumpkin stamps or something that you can use. So if you get the refill, that would be good enough, I think. Okay, let's see if I can find the pieces that I have together. I put them away and now I cannot find them. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. So I have these, oh, here, these, and these. So this is a piece of pecan pie cardstock that was 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half at 4.25. And then I took an inch out of it. It's a little bit less of an inch, but you can do an inch if you want. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah. I was doing it, I was just eyeing what I wanted. So I don't know, Emma, you may wish to get the refill because it has a lot of things. And I love this card. Look at this card. It's so pretty. And the envelopes are cute too. And one of the things that I use for this card, which I have to find, is that I cut this part of the envelope out because it has a Toile in Timid Tiger. And now if I find where I put it, maybe we can use it. If not, I'll have to destroy another envelope. No, here it is. And it also came with this pecan pie gross grain ribbon, which I love as well. So I cut this from the envelope and I cut 5 inches out of it. So we have this shape. So this is gonna go like this. This is a vertical card, okay? So this we're gonna put like this. That's what I was thinking. And then we're gonna put this like this. And then this goes like that. And we put the sides. I don't know if I want them like this because I don't want them to cover all the ribbon because the ribbon is pretty. And like this. Okay. And that will be your sentiment. So this is the idea of the card. Extra leaves there. Right? I just love these envelopes, and we all have envelopes. We can use a plain envelope and use the stamps to decorate it, so why not use the toile paper? On the other thing I wanted to do, on this edge here that is going to be seen, we are going to stamp some of these leaves. And we can stamp them in pecan pie themselves, I think. So I put the 3 leaves together so I don't have to do. Oh, how nice. Doesn't matter. This is going to be covered by your note. I'm just trying to turn it. Irregular is fine. So I'm just going to put even some here. Even if it's going to be covered. I just want more leaves. Maybe one here. And one there. Now I'm going crazy. Okay, more. There we go. All right. So let's start. So because it is 5 inches, I'm leaving more or less the same measure around it, which if you want to know what it is, we'll measure it right now. It's 1/4 of an inch. I should have known that. But anyway. Just putting the glue here. And leaving that 1/4 of an inch more or less. Like that. Okay. That because I don't want to see the fold like that. I'm just going to put the gross ribbon here. And I'm going to trim a little bit. So I think I'm going to attach it with tear tape. Put tear tape right there. We remove the backing, which is really hard to do once you put it in a ribbon because you don't have the flatness underneath. But if you're patient, I'll manage at some point. Come on. There we go. I'm glad you like the idea, Deborah. Let's see how it turns out. Stretch it as much as you like, and I'm going to put it as center as I want because I know it's not going to be... because of the it's angle cut, So it's gonna be a little short, but we don't mind. All we want is to cut it. Now trim it with my fabric scissors, and I'm gonna do it actually a little shorter, so it's fine like that. Right where the angle starts, that's where I'm cutting it. And don't want to confuse my ribbons, my scissors, sorry. So this one I'm gonna stamp with this other big sentiment that says wishing you a fabulous day or something like that. Wishing you the happiest of days. That's what it says. So thank you very much. I think I'm gonna stamp it with pecan pie because that's a kind of the theme of the card. Oh, that's good too. Deborah says that she likes the rounded edge moving the ribbon up to see the pattern. That could be nice too. Well, as I said, I'm improvising. I haven't played with it so much, so stamping the sentiment in the circle that also comes in the set. And this will be put in dimensionals like that, probably a little further down. Up, sorry, I mean. And this will go like this. And this will go like this. All right, now I have to decide, do I want everything in dimensionals? Or do I want just in dimensionals my sentiment and this just flat? What do you guys think? And I want to see the ribbon, so I'm going to turn this around so they have you see the ribbon a little bit more. You see, this has the orange leaf on the bottom, and this has the yellow leaf on the bottom. So it's up to you. Kind of like it like that. I'm gonna lift it. You know what? Because you know why? Because of the ribbon. I don't think that gluing over the ribbon is gonna be regular, so I'm gonna leave the whole thing. So I'm just gonna put glue right here. It fell. And just turn the leaves as you want them. Now the whole piece can be put in dimensionals. I know I have glue there, but the dimensionals are gonna cover it. That's yeah. That's kind of like the same thing, but Deborah is saying that she put dimensionals on the leaves and then glued the other part. I just did it the same way. The result is the same because I'm putting dimensionals on the leaves and I glued the other part like that. But anyway, there, I'm gonna put a dimensional right there in the middle. I think that's enough. Let's see. Make sure, yes, as like putting it as much down as I can, as Deborah was suggesting, so you can see the ribbon. And I think you can see the ribbon here and picking up on the sides. And you cannot put it farther down than this because that's the edge of your card. So that's it. Oh, what is it stuck here? Oh, Look what I put that dimensional. That didn't belong there. All right. So we're going to save this for another day. All right. Because these cannot be glued to the base. And then now we're going to put here just a piece of white because this is white. So let me get my white paper. And I'm going to do like 3 inches. Let's see how that looks. And the height should be 5.25. Is it? Let's see. No, we'll adjust. As I said, this is improvised. Yeah, I'm doing it. Thank you, Deborah. Deborah was giving me suggestions, but I was just kind of with the same suggestions. All right. And this will be how you put your, and we can actually, I'm going to stamp the leaves here because I want to see them. And we'll do them in pecan pie. Didn't get a very good impression there, but it's okay. It fits perfectly. We don't see the white, thankfully. And that's it. We can put some of this sequence, copper sequence. We can use the darker ones or we can use the same. What do you think? Dark, same. Thank you, Deborah. I'm glad you like it. Deborah says, very lovely. Thank you very much. Oh, here it is. I think I'm going to use the copper because it goes with this copper. So I'm just going to put the sequence here. Wishing you the happiest of days. There. That's it. And now, because I told you I would show you that last week, I'll show you how I made that floating frame card. I don't know if it works so well. We'll see what you think. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you so much. And this should be also fast. Let's see if I have all the pieces. So this is the one I was showing you, right? And you need, it's kind of tent-like. So you need early espresso, whatever color you want. I'm using the foxes that are featured in the paper pumpkin. So it's technically not a paper pumpkin, but this is, Emma, this is where I was telling you that if you have this paper, you can do similar things with it if you get the refill. Not that you need the refill for this one, because as I said, this was kind of part of my last live. So I'm going to center this here. This piece is 3.5 by 5.25. And I did it this size because we're going to put the frame on it that comes in the Gallery Bloom dies. Because the paper is so pretty that it needs to be framed, right? That's what I thought. And how I did it here is that I did this 3-part mechanism. But I don't know if it works so well. You could actually put dimensionals and just then call it a day. I think that's what we're going to do for this one. because I don't like the fact that it's kind of like, I think I'm gonna put dimensionals in that one. But now this is like it's raised. It's much more raised if you do it with a triple piece there, triple fold piece. So, but I'm gonna do it with a variation now. So let's see. So this will go like this, center. I don't know. Should I do the piece? I don't know. I have the thing here to do the piece. I don't know if I want to do the piece or not. What do you guys say? Do you want to see the floating effect? Or should I just put it? I'm just going to do, you know what? I'm going to do it with dimensionals this time. So basically, we're going to put dimensionals in this. Use the one that was falling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. And then we center this, covering the edge of the paper underneath. So see the difference with this is much higher, but it falls a little bit in the middle. And I think I like it like that. I think this is nice enough. So for this, do I have the decorations here? I may not have the decorations here. I don't, and I don't know where I put them, so. Anyway, I can work on that meanwhile. This one had a happy birthday, which I put away as well. Because as I said, I put everything away because I had my family visiting, and my apartment is so small that things had to be tucked away. So let me just grab the piece that I need. I wanted a birthday, but let's see if I can make this work. This again is from the nature texture notes. I'll do the happy birthday. This one, I think it fits. This is from Go To Greetings. She always has a good happy birthday. Pecan pie. Well, actually, let's do the Cajun craze. Happy birthday. We're gonna put this right here. And I want to know where did I tuck away my acorns and such. I'm gonna use because this is very shiny, I'm gonna use this Terran tape to hold my sentiment. Yeah. Oh, and I sponge the edge here, which I can do with pecan pie. Wait. Pecan pie. Almost done here. We'll do a recap of the cards when I'm done. And I did, yeah, I sponged the sentiment with pecan pie and the message with Cajun craze, but I think it works well anyway. Just to give it a little bit more color and pick up a little bit of the design on the edge of these rectangles. And now we put it right here. And we can use this one of these leaves. It would be simpler because it has the see, this has an acorn and a pine cone, which I had, but I don't know where. Oops. And it had this lovely leaf as well that I had that looks like this one. So why not, right? Let's use that one. And I can put it in dimensionals too. It will look nice. So I'm improvising. Also makes it a little bit more from this set, right? Actually, I'm thinking, what else do I have here? I have another fox, but I don't think I want to put the fox here because this already has the foxes here. So this kind of looks nice. This, and then we can put the like that. What do you think? For a variation on this one. Yes, I'm gonna do that. It looks like one of them escape. I don't know where to put it. Maybe here. Make sure that is. Should I put in dimensionals? Maybe the dimensionals will work better. And I just lost my little sheet of the little dimensionals. Here it is. All right. So let's do dimensionals then. And we're almost done. I can smell the cooking. There. And then we can put the leaves. Actually, I'm just gonna do this because we're not gonna see no matter what. And we'll put like there, like this. So what do you think? Of course, inside we need to put something, and we can do one of the other rectangles of texture notes. I don't think I sponged it. I did sponge it. Look at me, how dedicated I was. I'm just gonna use what's left on, just very little, what's left on my sponge over. If I turn it, I still get a little bit more. Just a little bit like that. And then we're gonna actually put the acorns that I was looking for in the front from the stamp set that came set. And now we make it into a really real alternative, because I'm using several of the elements in the kit. All right. So we'll glue this. Thank you, Deb. I'm glad you like it. All right. So there we go. It's a variation on the card that I had done. I had this bow, but I don't think it fits here. So I'm going to save this for something else, as I will the thing to make my floating frame. But I like it straightforward like this. That was just an experiment, and not all experiments work to perfection. All right, so let me make room to show you the cards that we made today. And let me know which one is your favorite. I'm always curious. You know that. So we have the hidden fox here. I love the fox, but I like it here too. And then we had these. Okay. This, sorry, I wasn't showing it. Oh, hi, Emma. You were driving. Oh. I'm glad you made it safe and sound at home. And the improvised one right there. All right, so here we have 4 variations finally. I thought I was not gonna make 4 variations today, but I made 4. So again, thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gives you some ideas for this kit. And I'll see you all next week. Okay? Have a lovely week. Bye.